All right. F1 movie review time. One of my lights, it's not working, so it keeps on flashing like a psycho. So just trying to ignore that. Anyway, yes, I've made notes, so it's going to be more organized. Yes, I highly recommend the movie. That's my basic review. Now let's get into more details. Good and positive parts. Most of this review is positive. It's just a great film, just like Top Gun Maverick. Not necessarily as exciting since I'm not a fan of F1, nor did I get the emotional, um, as emotional with the character arcs. Although the minor character arcs are still really good and make logical sense, which seems to be more rare nowadays. But every aspect of this film is great, from the acting, in particular with Brad Pitt, Javier Bardem, and Kerry Condon, who I thought was Rebecca Ferguson when I saw the trailer, but I recognized her from Better Call Saul. The filmmaking was great, with camera angles, shots, every aspect of the filmmaking was really good and exciting to watch. Um, if F1 was filmed like that, it would be more exciting. Yeah. Okay. Good tension as well, especially with the Hans Zimmer score near the end. Really entertaining, no woke or political messages, just focused on the racing and simply tried to entertain the audience, and they succeeded with that 100%. Good CGI, which I didn't even realize or notice until I Googled it later, which is a perfect use of VFX. Yeah, when you can't when you don't notice the CGI when you're watching a film, that's really good. I think they did probably just small adjustments here and there to um, make it look better, right? Um, should I go back and explain what I mean a little bit more in more detail? Let's just continue. Also, they made the characters more human and realistic in terms of failing and then getting back up and trying again rather than being a genius, unstoppable force, just who just wins the race all the time. Yeah, that's so it's more of a traditional and one could say cliched sort of simple storyline, but that's what people like. It's what makes it a classic. I'm not saying I think this role probably might be eventually seen as a classic, especially for F1 fans. Although I'm hearing that some people are not happy with some parts, in terms of it being realistic to how F1 actually works. I don't care about that because I'm just here to watch a good, entertaining movie, and it delivered. It's really good in that sense. But I'm sick and tired of uh, Marvel characters or Star Wars characters going a little bit too politically correct, especially with non-male characters, making them really perfect and they never fail and they never have any problems to get over. I like the sort of traditional get back up storylines like Rocky or those kind of movies where you see the characters struggling and failing and then eventually they succeed at the end and become better. So that's what I really liked about this story. And Jerry Bruckheimer is really good at doing that. He produced this, uh, and I'm really a big fan of Joseph Krasinski. How do I say it? Anyway, the guy that directed it, who also directed Top Gun Maverick. I'm now going to be watching pretty much anything that he makes because this is the kind of uh, really good filmmaking and entertainment that I think is missing from Hollywood. There's only like a few filmmakers that are making movies like this. So yeah, I highly recommend people go see this in the theater. And that's it for the positives. The negatives. You could argue that it might have been 10 minutes too long with pacing, although the pacing overall was really good, I have to say. Um, because it goes from boom, 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 like one racing sequence to the next. There's not a lot of dragging it with unnecessary dialogue or some things that could be cut out. I think most of it is really good and should be kept in. Um, but you could easily argue that the romantic storyline wasn't that necessary, or I wasn't that invested in it. Excuse me. Plus, the end of the film felt 5 minutes too long. But it's not really a big deal since the pacing overall was really good. Not necessarily a negative, but it was a really simple storyline, a little cliched storyline, a storyline that has been done before, but it's a classic traditional story that works. So I'm not complaining. That's true, I mentioned that already. Um, in comparison to Ford versus Ferrari, but in comparison to Ford versus Ferrari, which was a better story in my opinion, but the movie has better cinematography, with the filmmaking of the racing sequences in particular being so exciting that even someone that's not a fan of F1 will be engaged with it. Yeah, and that's it for the negatives. I don't really have a lot of negative things to say about this movie. Just a little nitpicking here and there. And overall, yeah, really good, entertaining, good time in the cinema. And I guess another positive is the surround sound. If you're gonna watch this movie, that's why I would recommend go see this in a theater, because there's certain shots where during the racing sequences in particular, where you feel like you're actually in the vehicle itself, because it just as it zooms past, the surround sound in your ear is really satisfying and great to listen to. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. The rating, I would give it a 9 out of 10 for both filmmaking and the film overall. Alright, that's it. Wanted to keep this one much shorter than usual. And yeah, it's under 10 minutes. So there you go. There's my review for F1. Uh, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.